Everyone knows you represent Rolling 60s.
I mean, it's all about how you carry yourself. Like I'm not a disrespectful person. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 60s, but at the same time, I don't step on no niggas' toes or bump a nigga without, you know what I'm saying, excuse me. Like I'm a stand-up nigga, so everywhere you go, real gonna recognize real, and it's a respect thing first. Like, you know, so like I run into a lot of bloods in New York, like all the Dipset niggas, Jim Jones, whole camp, and all that, and other niggas that's not even involved in the industry. But you know, I represent 60 Crip, and they represent what they represent. But at the same time, we men first, and you know, as long as it's a respectful encounter, I don't seem to have no problems. I ain't had no run-in. I mean, I had plenty run-ins with quote unquote enemies or niggas from the other side, but you know, it ain't never been nothing but respect, and niggas kept it 100 to, you know, thus far.
And you know, I support everyone that's doing platforms like that, you know, including Kev Mack, you know.
Well, you know what? Let's get that out the air, man. What's up with you and Kev Mack? People always thinking you guys are beefing.
Nah, I've known Kev Mack. I don't remember what year he got out of prison, but it was in the 90s. He got out of prison maybe 96, 97, and we've been acquainted with each other ever since.
That's right.
And then we met face to face maybe like early 2000s, and you know, we've had our differences, but you know, everything is cool.
That's right.
He's actually the one that introduced me to Nipsey Hussle.
That's right.
I did one of the first Nipsey Hussle interviews that's on the internet.
I fucking saw that, man. That was some great stuff.
I posted that in 2009, which would be what, 11 years ago. You know, it's not the first one. There's like, I think 2 other ones before that one.
How old was Nipsey when you got him in that?
I think he was 23 years old.
But he was speaking like a 50-year-old wise man, brother.
Yeah, Nipsey was ahead of his time, and I met him, I believe it was 2007. Kev Mack used to have a spot on Slauson, and I used to go over there and kick it.
That's right.
A little smoke shop.
Okay.
They had a smoke shop, and then one day I'm in the smoke shop, and look who walks in. It's Nipsey Hussle, but at that time, no one really knew who he was. But he was known in L.A. because he had these mixtapes.
Right.
It was called Bullets Ain't Got No Name. And at the time that I met him, I think he did three of those mixtapes. I think Volume 1 was out. Maybe Volume 2 was out. And I actually tried to get Nipsey to be on this television show that I was working on for A&E. And it didn't work out, but I was trying to, and I believe that show was a 2007 show. So yeah, I met Nipsey in 2007, and actually maintained a relationship with him for maybe 4 or 5 years.
Right.
It got to a point where he got kind of big.
Yeah,
and his phone number changed and couldn't get him on the line. But yeah, in those early years, 07, 08, 2009, 2010, 2011, you know, I called Nipsey up.
When you did the interview with him, were you a little bit in awe when you're hearing the guy talk, or did you not know he was that much ahead of his time, or when you saw the videos?
I was expecting that because I had already had conversation with him before the interview.
Okay.
You know, I was already like, oh, okay, this guy's on point. This guy's
Right,
sharp. And
right.
plus, I mean, a lot of people underestimate the brilliance that comes out of our ghettos.
That's right.
And our neighborhoods. So I just did an interview with a guy named Hoodie Hood from San Diego. And I was actually in awe when I did the interview with Hoodie Hood because I hadn't known him.
Right.
And this guy is talking to me on a very intellectual level.
That's right.
You know, I had already knew Nip. In fact, I had knew Nip for over a year. We did that interview in 09.
Right.
And I had been trying to interview him since 07.
Okay.
But, you know, his people said that they weren't ready to do any interviews yet. So
Right.
by the time we did the interview in 2009, I'd already known him maybe a year and a half or almost 2 years at the time. But, yeah, we have a lot of brilliance in our communities. We have a lot of bright minds.
That's right.
Unfortunately, most of America wants to throw a lot of these guys under the bus.